Good morning, friends. Yesterday we have seen the polarization. That means there are different types of the vibrations. When one can obtain the vibrations of one type, then the process is known as the polarization. We have seen it. There are two types of waves, transverse waves and longitudinal waves. Transverse wave has also the different types of the vibrations, that is the vibrations which consist in all directions is called as the natural light. Similarly, we have seen the this practical, that is the two slits, S1 slit and S2 slits held parallel to each other, then the vibrations comes out. But when the two slits are inclined with respect to each other by some angle or 90 degree, then no light comes out. So this is the experiments can be that is seen by using the crystal known as the tourmaline, which can be used as a polarizer as well as analyzer. Polarizer is the crystal which separates all the types of the vibrations and can obtain only one type of vibrations. So here we have obtained plane parallel lights. So the obtaining of plane parallel light is known as the polarization, whereas the plane parallel light is called as polarized light. Whether it is polarized or not polarized can be observed by using the another crystal, that is the analyzer. The analyzer is also the one type of the crystal that is known as the tourmaline crystal, quartz crystal, calcite crystal or Rauchuli salt. So all these are the glasses having some optic axis. So this is the optic axis through which when light is passed, then it is easily comes out. Then we have seen that the difference between the unpolar light and polar light. So unpolar light is the light which is the natural one, which consists the different types of the vibrations in all directions, where the polar light is the light coming out from the polarizer and it consists one type of vibrations. Then now we are going to see in this video, that is the types of polarization. So there are different types of polarization or polarized light we obtain. One, it is called as the plane polarized light, circular polarized light, and last one, that is elliptically polarized light. So plane polarized light means the light which is having only one type of vibrations, only one type of vibrations. So this is plane polarized light, where we can see the right-handed circularly polarized light is shown here and right-handed elliptically polarized. So the plane of the polarization is the elliptical one. So such type of the three types of polarizations we can see or observe. Then we are going to see the unpolar light is represented by the arrows in different directions, whereas polar light is the it is also known as the consist of two types of vibrations parallel to this that is the plane of the paper, and perpendicular points are that is represented by dots. So these dots are called as the perpendicular, whereas the parallel with respect to the plane of the paper is represented by arrow. So this is the plane polar light or unpolar light, because it consists two types of vibrations. So now one can that is the separate these two types of vibrations, plane parallel light. So these are the arrows only, whereas this light consists the perpendicular, that is the dots only. So dots are nothing but the vibrations perpendicular to this plane of the paper, and parallel vibrations are that is the by represented by arrow. So this is plane polar light, this is plane polar light, where this is these two are represented as the unpolarized light or natural light. Then we are going to see the what is known as the plane of polarization and plane of vibration, or the plane of polar light. Okay, plane of vibration and plane of polarization. So this is known as the natural source, which consists the different types of vibrations can be represented by the parallel and perpendicular components. So these two components are passed through the calcite crystal or tourmaline or Rochley salt or that is the another quartz, etc. Then we can obtain the plane polarized light. So the vibrations are parallel to this plane of the paper. Then there are two types of the planes we have drawn here. A, B, C, D is one plane which is parallel to this, that is the plane of the paper, that is parallel to the vibrations, whereas the another plane, that is the G, H, F, E, this is another plane which is perpendicular to the first one. Then it is observed that the plane of the vibration, ABCD, is the plane which consists the vibrations, that is known as the plane of vibration, whereas the plane perpendicular to the plane of vibration is called as plane of polarization. So plane EFGH is called as the plane of vibration, whereas plane of polarization is ABCD. So we can understand that the plane which consists the vibrations is known as plane of vibration, and the plane which is perpendicular to the plane of vibration is called as plane of polarization. Then methods, one can obtain the plane of polarized light by using various types of the methods one can use to obtain the plane polarized light. For your syllabus, only one type of vibration, that is the method, is included, but one can produce the polarization by reflection, polarization by refraction, polarization by double refraction, polarization by selective absorption or dichromism, and last one is known as the polarization by scattering. So these are the various methods we can apply to obtain the plane polarized light. For your syllabus, the only one type of method is included, that is known as the polarization by double refraction. For example, the nickel prism. How we can construct the nickel prism, one can see in the next videos. But one can obtain the polarization by double refraction. That means if we refract or incident one ray on one crystal, then we can obtain two rays, that is known as the double refraction. So here the polarization of double refraction is included. The double refraction can be known as the splitting of a beam of unpolarized light into two refracted beam is called as double refraction, or it is also called as birefringence. This phenomenon was the first discovered by the Dutch philosopher, that is known as Bartholinius, in the year 1669. So what we can understand, that by using the double refraction means refraction, you know that when light passes through one glass, then one can obtain only one ray. If one ray is passed, one ray is obtained. But when we pass only one ray and two rays are obtained, that is called as double refraction. So for example, if we take one plain paper here, one plain paper, and one can mark a spot by using ink or by using that is the pen, one can draw one spot, that is called as O spot. And on that plain paper, on that is the dot, if we place one crystal, that is called as the tourmaline or quartz crystal, then it is observed that instead of one can observe two spots. That means only one spot has been drawn on the paper, but one can see the two spots. One is at the same spot where we have drawn it, but another spot is the image of this one, but it is away from the original spot. So this can be understood by using the double refraction represented here. So here it is the natural light. That means the spot can be represented. We can see the spot when light comes from it. When light comes from the spot, it consists two types of vibrations: perpendicular vibration and parallel vibrations. These vibrations, when we place here the crystal, that is the tourmaline or Rochley salt, then it is observed that this crystal can produce two types of vibrations, or can separate two types of vibrations. One, it is called as the parallel vibration, whereas another ray, it is called as perpendicular vibration. These two rays comes out from the crystal, and one can see the two spots. Instead of one spot, one can see the two spots. So first spot, which is observed at the same spot where we have drawn, that is called as O ray, that is represented by dots. Whereas the another spot, or another spot called as E spot, which is due to the E ray, which consists parallel vibrations. So two types of vibrations in this that is the natural light can be separated by using the crystal, and therefore this is known as the method of the separation of two that is the vibrations is called as polarization, and polarization is done by using double refraction. Thus, by using this methodology, one can produce two rays by using only one incident ray. So this type of that is the polarization is known as polarization by double refraction. So that means double means two rays are obtained. Refraction, you know that. This is due to, that is the refractive index of for the material. According to Snell's law, we know that mu is equal to sin I divided by sin R, where sin I is the velocity of light in the vacuum, whereas the velocity of light in the medium. But it is observed that the velocity of E ray and O ray are different, and therefore they come out at different that is the positions. This is the reason for which one can obtain the two rays, and the two rays are plane polarized. So that means here one can obtain the polarization so by using double refraction. Here the explanation is given, that is the it is also observed that the O ray has the refractive index constant for all angles. That means this has the O ray is a component where it is the velocity of O ray in all direction is same, whereas velocity of E ray is different in different directions. So therefore the different directions it can go in other way, whereas the O ray is in the same way, same directions. Then we can construct the prism, nickel prism, to obtain the double refraction or plane polar light. For that, one have to construct the crystal by using the calcite crystal, or any crystal we can take, that is the Rauchili salt, tourmaline, then calcite or quartz. But here we have taken the calcite crystal, that is also known as the Iceland spar, and this is colorless transparent crystal, belongs to hexagonal system. Hexagonal, you know that the system is hexagonal. Then when you cut it, then such type of the crystal is obtained. This space A, B, C, D and E, F, G, H is another face. So these two faces are diametrically opposite with each other. Then by using some pointer, or by using we can construct such crystal in different directions. That means one can principal section and principal plane one can obtain. Plane containing optic axis perpendicular to the opposite faces of the crystal is called the principal section of the crystal. For every point inside the crystal there are 3 principal sections, one for each pair of opposite crystal faces. For calcite crystal, principal plane is parallelogram having angles 71 degree and 109 degree. Since opposite faces of the calcite crystals are always parallel, the O ray and E ray emerge out parallel to each other and also parallel to incident ray. So by using such type of crystal, one can construct the nickel prism. How the nickel prism is constructed is explained here in next section. First of all, we are going to construct the nickel prism, and then comes for the this point, that is the why Huygens explained there is a double refraction through the passing the crystal, passing the light through the crystal, that is nickel prism. So nickel prism is an optical device fabricated from the calcium crystal, which produces the plane polar light. This is the name of the prism is given by the inventor, that is William Nicol. William Nicol taken the calcite crystal, and this calcite crystal is cut down into two pieces. This is first piece, one piece, and another piece. So diagonally the calcite crystal is cut by using the pointer, and these two again joined together by using a gum that is known as Canada balsam. That means one crystal is taken, then by using pointer one can cut into two pieces. Diagonally it is cut into two pieces, so that you can obtain one piece here and another piece here, and these two pieces again immediately joined by using the gum that is known as Canada balsam. Then by using this, that is the prism, one can that is the outer side of this prism is blackened, or by using black paper one can cover it, and two faces, this face as well as this face, are the transparent. On one face, when natural light is incident, then the natural light consists two types of vibration. We know that the perpendicular vibration and parallel vibrations. When these two vibrations enter into the crystal, then due to the refractive index are different for different rays, these two rays travel with different velocities in the crystal. So O ray travels, or dotted lines travels in this direction, whereas the plane polarized light is, or E ray, by having the vibrations parallel to the plane of the paper, is travel in the same direction. So this light, when incident through this Canada balsam, also travel in the same direction and comes out in the form of E ray, or plane polar light. Whereas the another ray, O ray, is having the vibrations perpendicular to this plane of paper, that has the different velocities with respect to this that is the denser medium than the outer air medium. Then it goes in this direction, it incident on the Canada balsam, and again the Canada balsam has the denser medium to as compared to the crystal, then it reflects from this Canada balsam in the same medium, here this medium, and then refracted ray comes in the form of O ray. So what we have done here, by using the that is the nickel prism, when natural light is incident on nickel prism, then one can see only plane polarized light. So such type of the nickel prism is used in the previous experiment, that is known as the here the experiment, that is the plane polar light is observed. So such type of plane polar light, which can contains only one type of vibrations here and other type of vibrations which is comes out in this direction, can be observed by the black paper or black paint. So this is overall the what is known as the nickel prism, construction of nickel prism. So nickel prism can also be serves as a polarizer as well as analyzer. So polarizer is the material which can obtain the plane polar light. So this is the polarizer. One can obtain the plane polar light. So this can also be checked by putting one more plane, that is the one more nickel prism in front of it. Then it is observed that the same ray comes out. When that nickel prism is rotated, then there is some light intensity goes down and totally becomes zero. And once again, when it is again rotated in the reverse direction, again the intensity comes. So that means by that crystal, same nickel prism, can be used as an analyzer. So one can observe, or one can see this nickel prism is the way of using as a polarizer as well as analyzer. So this is the method where the this is first is to produce the plane polar light. When it is parallel to the first one, then E ray comes out. when it is perpendicular to the first one, this is polarizer, nickel prism, polarizer, nickel prism, analyzer. So when it is rotated, then the light ray is refracted in the other direction. So that means here the no light comes out. So such is type of the prism is known as the nickel prism. So this is overall what we have observed, that is nickel prism and construction of the nickel prism, as well as the construction of the obtaining, the method of obtaining plain polarized light. Thank you.